Hello, welcome back to the channel. Long time since we've been in here. We're just in the polytunnels. Philip's with me. I think he's actually munching on it. You want a tomato, Philip? Are you eating a tomato? Oh, you got a tomato. Lovely jubbly. So Philip is he's chomping on a tomato. But yeah, we're in the tunnels. I wanted to show you more. Time goes quick, so quick. I think the last video I did was early July, and we're just starting picking the tunnels. Been picking, they've all gone well. Fortunately this year they haven't had blight, so usually that's a disease which affects the leaves of the tomatoes. We haven't had that this year, very lucky. You might think the plants look a bit funny because you can see they've got no leaves at the bottom. We've stripped them all off. We do that right at the end. That's to ensure that hopefully these last few tomatoes you can see on the vine here, we want them to ripen. And hopefully these will all ripen and we can pick them. So that's why we strip all the leaves off, and all of the plant, all the sunlight and the plant's energy can be put into making sure these tomatoes go nice and red. As it's now, middle of October, we're not sure if we will, but hopefully it's still worth it, and they will ripen off and we can get one last pick. But they've done really well this year. Been pleased with them. Had good picks. Not as much as sometimes because of the heat. There wasn't as much sun, wasn't as hot as usual, but they have still done well in the fact that they haven't had blight, so the tomatoes have been producing consistently all the way through. But it's as you can hear and see outside, it's absolutely chucking it down today. Very wet day. So today's video we'll look back to our pumpkin patch. I thought we had our first day on Saturday, so we were busy setting all that up last week, and that went really well. Fortunate, really sunny day, lots of lovely comments coming in, which always makes it worthwhile, and yeah, shows that all the effort goes in that everyone puts in, makes it worth it. But yeah, we've got 3 more days of that. Show you a bit of topping as well. We've been topping off some grass fields and a few other random things. So enjoy the video, and we'll speak to you all the next video Wednesday or Thursday. So thanks for watching. So we're here in the pumpkins. This is actually where we grow. The pumpkins have been growing in these fields around here. You can see behind me lots of orange. Weeds now growing through. We've just got these left to pick, but we had our first day on Saturday, as I mentioned before. Brilliant day, fortunate the weather was perfect, really sunny, and it was brilliant. So yeah, we had a busy time the week before. I'm going to show you some clips now of us setting up, but yeah, it was always takes quite a long time setting up, much longer than you expect, getting ready for public to come to the farm. We did quite a different few things. We got a lot of banners and a lot of boards which Hannah's been painting, making look amazing. We also have a little maze which takes you into the pumpkin patch at the top, and then we've also got an area down the bottom where we've got some tractors which people can sit in. Huge variety of pumpkins. We've also got an indoor area in the shed where children are able to meet our baby calves. We have an indoor pumpkin patch as well for in case it's raining. We make a little mini sand pit. Loads of different things that we create to try and make sure that people have the best experience they can on the farm. So we've had one day, we've got 3 more days. We're back this Saturday on the 26th. And then we've also got Monday the 28th and Thursday the 31st, which is Halloween itself. So fingers crossed the weather is kind to us and we can have a great last few days. But yeah, hopefully we're growing a lot more different varieties this year. People are now starting to, whereas you've got your traditional kind of jack-o'-lantern, as they call it in America, pumpkin like this orange one here, we're trying to grow all the different funny varieties. We've got lots of different types of squash. I forget what these are called now, there's so many different names, but these are all people seem to love them. They love these for decorative purposes. They don't really carve them, they just use them and put them out as decorations. And also the different types of squashes. I think this is, I don't know, maybe patty pan, can't remember. But we've got lots of different varieties. People seem to enjoy them, and yeah, fingers crossed we have a nice sunny day on Saturday. Alex is also here, just topping off some grass. It's been a pretty crazy year. This is all sown following the potato crop. Back in, I don't know when it was, probably end of June, middle of June. Growth has been phenomenal, lots of moisture around this year. This is all Italian ryegrass, but there's a lot of cover. we don't need to graze this until the early new year 2025, so we can just take the top off and then encourage it to grow a bit thicker, grow back thicker. You can see there's loads of grass here. Always seems a bit criminal topping it back, but then a few weeds just coming through, some nettles there. So it'd be good to cut this back, and then it should all regrow thicker and stronger. So yeah, get it all cut back whilst it's dry. A lot of rain due tomorrow, so this is helping us get, I say tomorrow, this might be shown on Sunday, so it'll be middle of the week. There was quite a bit of rain coming, so we'll see if we get it, but it's good. Not really making any tracks, and it's also putting a lot of organic matter back into the soil. All this is gonna break down and mulch, and it will rot back down and put some goodness back into the soil. So yeah, worth doing and nice to be able to do whilst it's nice and dry. Some years it's always tricky. Some years it always varies. Growing our second crops after our Jersey Royals can vary a lot. 2022, when it was really dry, we basically, we had really poor establishment. It was so dry, nothing we sowed, so any of the Italian ryegrass, spring barley, forage maize, it all really struggled. So it's always hard. We have to make sure we grow enough forage and have enough food that we can feed our cows and young stock and graze them, bearing in mind we could have a drought year. So it's some years you get like this where we've got ample grass. Some might say it's crazy, why don't you actually mow or bale it? We don't need that forage, so we're as good just topping it and putting it back into the soil. So yeah, get all this cut, and we'll be done. So just checking on some organic grass leys. Philip's with us. You can see it's chucking down with rain, absolutely pouring. Autumn's coming. These all had, I can show you behind me actually, these all had Jersey Royals in earlier in the year, so they were planted back in January, harvested early April. We're right in the south coast of the island, just above St Albans Bay in the distance there. And yeah, the grass has come on well. It took really well this year. Some years it really struggles, quite light land here, but it's yeah, not too bad. We've topped it twice already. So there is still a bit of weed coming through, but the clover's looking, it's a red clover, and then it's like a perennial ryegrass mixed with Italian, that comes from 4 farmers. So you can see it's looking pretty good. A little bit of weed left in the bottom, but we'll get it topped off. Hopefully one more time. It's looking dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, so we're hoping that we'll be able to get the topper on here. Won't take long, get it all topped off, because this is all going to be for next year's, this is some of next year's silage leys, so we want to get them as clean as possible, so we can make some really high quality red clover silage next year. So yeah, all looking fairly good, and hopefully get it topped off the next few days.